don't have anything extraordinary. I'll just share, and I think you can relate it with your own life. I'm from Birgans, and like a normal student, when you get some good marks in a subject, you feel that that is your future. Right? It happens to a lot of us. If you get good marks in mathematics, you feel that I'll be an engineer. And if you get good marks in economics, you feel that I'll be an economist. So I studied computer science right from grade 5. And every year we were like 5th generation, like first generation was this, second generation was this. And 5th generation will be coming soon, which will have artificial intelligence. So as a kid, I developed in my mind that I'll develop a 5th generation computer as a goal for my life. And after schooling, I never thought I'll be coming to Kathmandu and I'll be studying here. I come from like things were not good in my family. I never thought even I could travel to Kathmandu. But maybe it was planned. In my family, I'm the youngest. I have 6 sisters and a brother. So one of my sisters, she shifted to Kathmandu. She's already, she was married. So my brother-in-law shifted to Kathmandu just 15 days before my SLC. So after my SLC was completed, I told to my brother, my elder brother is just 1 class senior to me, and he was running the entire company, entire office, family. And I told that I've never been to Kathmandu and Didi is there, so there is something called bridge course and they are offering me 100% scholarship, so can I go? So I came to Kathmandu, and traditionally what we do in Birgans is after your schooling you join a +2 college, commerce, and then you work in the daytime. Particularly from a Marwadi family, we believe more in work than degrees. So I never thought I would be taking science. It was like all predetermined that I will be taking commerce. But when I came to Kathmandu, I went to bridge course early in the morning, and then after we came from bridge course, I had a friend and we walked to almost all +2 colleges in Kathmandu. I've walked, be it Oshkol or St. Xavier's or whatnot, and we walked, actually, literally we walked all the streets, and we just asked one question: do you provide 100% scholarship? That's just one question that we asked to all the colleges, and we were lucky. We got gave entrance in some colleges and got 100% scholarship. So I convinced my brother that even if I take commerce, the cost will be same, and here I'll be staying at my sister's place, so not much of cost. And we have an organization called Marwadi Shiva Samiti, so they also provide scholarships to meritorious students on the basis of their marks. So they supported us, I think 24,000 rupees then, and for the engineering, how much? I don't know, 2 lakh or something. So that's how I did my +2. But after my +2, I left my studies. I worked in a grocery store full time for 6 months, because things was still not easy, because I could study, but the only question was, is degree required? Even if you complete engineering, what will it matter? Will it make any difference? But if you start working from today, you can have your own business, and that's what matters. So there was a dilemma, but somehow I ended up, and there's a big story, because I was working in a grocery store of my brother-in-law, and if I join engineering, it will be difficult for me to stay, in my sister's house and leave that business and go for studies again. So I studied at White House College. So I was the odd man out, undergrad student in a +2 hostel, because there was no +2 hostel. So 5 buildings, all +2 students and 1 undergrad student. But that became my strength. Every year 110 boys and 70 girls in the girls' hostel, which was just in front, they knew me, being the odd man out. And that gave me good contacts, network, PR, which has helped me a lot. And for any kind of thing, I was the cricket captain for the hostel team, or for any kind of events, they used to come to me and Amit supervisors on Kura or things like that. So I started organizing dance parties. I am not a dance party guy, but that was my strength there. So I started organizing dance party every year, exactly on the day when the grade 12 exams ended. Why? Because I was staying in the hostel where I have 110 students, and they could sell all the tickets easily. They had connections with 1500 students in the college, and not just that college, other hostels and other colleges. So the first year of my party, I got a sponsorship of 2000 rupees from Sachadeva entrance preparation. And the same party continued for 5 years. The 5th year, same party, everything same, but it became a brand. And I got a sponsorship of around 1,20,000 rupees. The first party was at a very small place, I think some China World, Rising Mall. It was a normal restaurant, but the 5th party was the best club then, which was I think Platinum and Yakineti. And not just sponsorship, they placed paper ads for me, students refreshment party. So that gave me a very good network. 5 years, all the students, everyone, they knew me, and those students are like in every part of the world now. But after completing my engineering, again the same thing. I wanted to prepare for masters and apply for say MTech in India, and I was good in networking, so I thought I would be a networking expert and do something like that. I never thought I'd be an entrepreneur or things like that. So after my engineering, I joined Subisu as a support engineer. I worked there for 3 months, and in those 3 months I realized that IT is not my cup of tea. After doing engineering for 4 years. But there is nothing wrong in that. That is one thing that I would like to suggest to all the students. Your degree, your education, your university is just 10% of your education. 90% of your education is outside university. You are taking the degree so that in time of need, you can use that degree and run your life or be independent. But you should not define a fixed part that take degree will do everything as per the degree. Whatever I have studied, I have to do that only, and that's not the case. Please don't do that. So while working in Subisu, we had a very senior most person. He's one of the finest network head in the country till date, Deepak Dai. He's very respected and he earns very good money. I just asked myself, if I work really hard, what will I become? I'll become Deepak Dai, right? And I didn't like his lifestyle. This is just my personal perception. With due respect to him, he was so busy, and his work was really critical, because Subisu provides fiber to so many banks and so many, critical services. And being a system admin, it's really difficult job, right? And I said I don't want to be that. And that moment I realized that I need a flexible workspace and do things on my own. So I joined Janaki Technology. Janaki Technology was started by a friend while he was in his 3rd year of engineering, close friend. So that's a different story. So while we joined Janaki Technology, we were doing like a normal IT company, web development, outsourcing, which basically all IT companies do. But then we felt that the purpose of our life is missing. We didn't know what we're developing, where it is going to create an impact, where it is going to be used. We just delivered what the clients asked us to deliver. If the client says that you need to make this website, we just make it and we give it. We are not concerned with what changes are required, how are the competitors doing, what is the backend analytics part or anything. So we will always remain on the surface. And then requirements keep on changing, right? With the new client, he wants something different, you make and you deliver, and then some clients come, you make and deliver. So you're not gaining deep knowledge in anything. And we didn't have any identity. So that was the point we decided that we will work only on our product. We will not do outsourcing, we will not take any contract jobs. Now this is one of the toughest decisions to take, because when you do contract jobs, you get money immediately. Just deliver, get the money. But when you make a product, first 3-4 years, 5 years, there's no money. And you don't know whether the product will work or not. It's really challenging in our culture. Because we stay with our parents, right? And they support us in a lot of things, in our undergrad studies and everything, right? So we also have some responsibilities, and they have expectations. In our culture, it is very difficult. We can't afford to fail. And until and unless we prove ourselves, we'll get different opinions. That, okay, I think it's not working out, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? Right. So we started Sparrow SMS in 2010. Now, there were already SMS players in the market and they were doing pretty good. We had no business idea, just engineering student. We didn't study management and no R&D, nothing. We just started the product. We stood ourselves in Ratna Park, and I remember we distributing flyers for load shedding routine, check routine through SMS and all. But gradually, one thing that we didn't stop, and that is what has helped us always, is we continuously kept working on the product, kept innovating, trying to research on the new technology and trend globally. What market required, if you just deliver that, that's not a product. If you can foresee the future, if you keep on working on it, then that's a product. And that's the difference. So I'll give you a bit clear or a simpler analogy. Suppose if you are just delivering to client, you're just meeting their requirement, right? So say if you have a wife at your home, and you have in mind that I need to give time to my wife. And then you plan that, okay, it's been long, it's been a month. I think I should take her out to dinner. You take her out to dinner, you do it. That's like delivering to client. But when it's your product, when you love it, then you will realize that earlier she used to eat 3 chapatis, but now she has started eating only 2 chapatis. So you get time to observe your product, you get time to think deep about it and work harder to make it better. So that's how we grew with Sparrow SMS, and just doing pretty well. We serve millions of SMS every year, and we have served up to 300 SMS per second in Nepal market. But then we realized that we need to create a global stamp as well. We want to make a product that can represent Nepal globally. So we started with PicoVico. It's a tool that makes videos. Like, not everyone can make videos. But I'm not taking more time, right? Okay, so PicoVico makes videos. So we were funded by the Morpheus Ventures in India, and then we are the only Nepali company which was selected for Startup Chile program by the Chile government. We went there for 7 months, and it's been a good networking, and we're doing pretty good currently. A lot of people use it for making birthday, wedding, anniversary videos. Like a few days back, it was Valentine's Day, so we came up with a $5 plan for like 1-day video, and we got more than 1,200 sign-ups in just 1 day. So people are using it. And then came Khalti. The market is emerging. We have more than 1 crore people online in Nepal, but wallet users are not even 10 lakh. So the ecosystem is yet to grow, and payments is something which everyone will need. And technology payments has like taken a big leap globally. I have a couple of friends working in Paytm, WeChat, Alipay. I sat a number of rounds with them, and we have a very strong team here, working day and night. It's been a very challenging journey. In past 6 months, we went from 20 employees to 60 employees. We're trying to manage that scale, and it's just been 1 year for Khalti. We have crossed 100,000 users, and there's a lot more to do. We are new. It takes time to integrate with banks and do the strategic partnership. So we're trying to solve one problem at a time, but we are on a mission to bring access to finance to all people in Nepal, and hopefully we are able to do that.
Thank you. Yeah. So.